Welcome back to my channel Radhika TechHub. In this tutorial we are going to discuss and we are going to set up our JSON server in our React application. So in the last video we are discussed about what is Redux and what are the main components of Redux, what is store, action, reducer, how the reducer workflow is, right? So and I already shown the functionality of this small application, what going to happen. So for this, what here displaying in the table, we have to store it somewhere else. So instead of using of database, I'm going to use the JSON server. It's a fake API. We also use instead of our databases, we can store the data in the JSON server, right? So in this application, we are going to use that JSON server. For that, first we have to install, and first before that we have to set up our application, right? So first we'll set up our application and we are going to install our JSON server, and we are going to see how we can use of update functionality, delete, post, get, how it will be going to do. So after this, in the next video we are going to set up our store, actions, reducers. So in this video we are going to set up JSON server. So let's go. So first we have to set up our React project, right? Meanwhile, it will be going to install. So we'll look about our JSON server, how we are going to install. So for installing, we have to use the npm I JSON server. And one more thing. So we are running our React application, that is localhost 3000. So by default the JSON server also use 3000. So we require and we want to change the port, means we can change our this backend to be another port also. So now we are going to use another port instead of 3000, and this will be helpful per as our regular operations which will be performed on our DB. Whenever we are going to use a MongoDB or SQL, we are going to write our in the REST APIs in the Node.js, right? So in that we are going to call our database URL. If we are going to use MongoDB, means we are going to use URL, username, password, all this setup. We have to do one setup, and we are going to write our SQL commands or MongoDB, find one, and we will go to call the table name and we'll do the particular operations for that. And for particular ID want to update, means particular ID we will find and we will update on that. So all these operations we have to go done in the MongoDB or SQL also. For that SQL operations, update, insert, queries, all these will be done in the Node.js backend server. Data from the backend to frontend, we are going have to done all those setup in our Node.js, right? So instead of all those doing, we are going to use JSON server right now. So we'll see our completed. Yeah, it is completed. Now we'll going to install what are the required for Redux also now only. So npm I Redux, React Redux, and we will use Redux thunk also, and we'll copy our required JSON server, copied. So now we are going to install our JSON server. And I told that we can change the port, right? So to start this, we are going to use. So this is the how db.json file will be reflected in our application. And I want to change the port. So I have to do what? This is we are going to add our port number. So it's completed. I will open our VS Code. And in package.json, I will give one. So for our React application, we are going to do what? npm start. So like the same way, I'm going to give like npm run server. So for that, I will give the server, and here we are going to give this JSON server db.json port number. I will change now. So we can give here right away. I'm giving as a 9. Now we are going to run our, so npm run server. So it's going to start. So now we'll go to our postman and we can get what is the data present in post. So we are having one ID, right? So now I want to add one more ID. So in a new one, I am going to do one post. I want to post one more ID. So for that, we are going to change to post. I'm going to add this with ID number 2. In the form of JSON. This is a 2. Sample 2. So I am going to add this. Now we'll see we'll get 2 IDs or not. Yeah, we get this. So this is the how we are going to do the get all posters, and we can also post. And now we are going to do delete. We are going to delete one. So I want to delete ID number 1. So we are going to delete now. /1. I'm going to delete. Yes, it's gone empty. Now we'll see how many posters will come. The only 2. Second ID, number ID of 2. Now I want to update this ID. So I'm changing here to ID number 2 for update. Now we'll see it is updated or not in get. It's been updated. So this is the how we are going to use through our view UI. We are going to add, we are going to delete, and we are going to update by using of this JSON. You can also, I will also show again functionality how we are going to do in the next video. So when I'm going to this ID, I want to delete. So I click on the delete button. It will be call our action means dispatch of delete functionality. So it's being deleted and automatically updated in the table. So when I'm going to click on the edit button, it will be values the values which are present in the table will be populated in the upper side form, which is containing of add functionality, will be changed to save button. So when I'm here going to update, when it will be click on save, it will be reflected to the dispatch of method update, and automatically the operation will be done and updated in the table. So when I'm going to add, so it will be reflected in the table of adding. So this is the how get functionality which has been be happened in the table, and upper form will be updation and adding, which is mean of post, update, delete functionalities. All these operations which is under CURD operations will be done using of JSON server as the backend. In the view, we are going to use the Redux functionality which we discussed, and we already set up our JSON server. So in the next video, we are going to implement, we are going to set up store actions and reducers, and in the upcoming we are going to design this and well done all these operations. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel. Please click on the bell icon. It will give the notifications when I upload a new video.